Perfect. Awesome. Welcome everybody to another episode of Circle of the Earth Fellowship. Today our episode 17. We're gonna talk about all those near misses where we almost all died, and more specifically about asteroids. But before we get into that, like always, let's say hello to everyone on the panel, and we'll get into a little housekeeping, and then we'll get into it. So we'll jump over to you first, Marcia. As always, welcome, sister. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and looking forward to the Asteroid episode.
Yeah, and we've already kind of talked about asteroids, right? And the fact that we talked about NASA, right? And we made a lot of claims there, and so we're going to be talking and making some claims here in a way, but also kind of showing the tomfoolery that's going on. So I hope you're excited to talk about this nonsense. Sweet. Well, welcome, sister. We'll jump over to our brother Robert. Welcome, Robert. Good to see you. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom, everybody. Back in the 80s, Asteroids took a whole lot of my quarters playing that little game.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Then I survived Nibiru, Planet X. I think it was 2016, 2017. It didn't crash into us, so...
Consequently, which is also called a planet killer.
Yes, but I also suspect that might be... That's me. Might be that that moon that's up there doing the eclipse.
Oh. All righty.
Because it's supposed to be some planet out there that they can't, that they can see, they can't see, they can't,
and it's funny because they call it Planet X, right? Because it's the 10th planet, even though they said that Pluto's not a planet, so we have 8 planets, so it's Planet 9. It's so silly. Well,
someone X.
Yep, we're gonna talk about all that silliness. So I'm glad you're in that frame of mind. So we'll jump over to Kyle. Welcome, brother. Good to see you as always. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. It's good to see you guys as well. This is obviously a very interesting topic to us who do not believe in spinning balls in space. And I think that there's a lot of asteroids are interesting because they're like the proverbial little g gods of heliocentrism. They can carry life on their backs to different planets and seed life to entire star systems, and then come in later on and destroy them all. So we should have such reverence towards these things we can't see.
Oh yeah,
such reverence.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk about this topic with you, brother. I know you all have lots of gravy to deal out. So let's jump over to Frankie B. Welcome, brother. Always good to see you. Shabbat shalom.
Hey. Shabbat shalom, everyone. It's funny, when he said Asteroids, the video game, I thought of Space Invaders. And other video games, it was all pre-programming for the whole space thing.
Absolutely.
And they started right when we were kids,
Yep. And got you thinking about and conceiving ideas, that you wouldn't have been able to conceive without those kind of implanted ideas. So, we're going to talk about that too, right? Not only within entertainment itself, we've got tons of examples to talk about with this subject. So, welcome to you again, Frankie B.
Just one thing. I think we should change the name to Fragments from the Dome.
Well, we're talking about it from their silly perspective tonight, so I feel you there. And I would love to maybe we can chat about that a little towards the end. But
definitely, because I do believe that is Pieces of the Dome. So we'll get to that.
Sweet. All right, sweet. Let's do a little housekeeping real quick, and then we will get into it. Here we go. Bring this up. Bring it up for everyone. Jump this out real quick. Sweet. All right. So first and foremost, I always like to shout out Take on the World, Chris and Liz Bailey. We really have so much gratitude for them because they allow us to come onto their platform and share our puzzle pieces with their family, with their community. And so we always want to give them a shout out when we do these streams because we love them very much. And if you don't know, we also have Circle of the Earth Fellowship. I got to change the number. Let me do that real quick. We're actually up to 1170. 1170. So thank you to all the new subscribers. We really do appreciate it. And it's definitely, we're slowly growing. So we thank you for all your support. And let me update that for everyone. Boom. And then, so check us out if you haven't. And we also have... we also like to read off the comments from the last videos. We got 3 over here on Take on the World. Moonglow always coming through ×2. Thank you. We appreciate you for supporting us. It says Winged in Infinity 6715. Please take background pic down when showing video clips. Hard to see what you're watching like that. I totally understand that. The only thing about that is if I don't put that up, I'm way more likely to get a copyright strike. Now, we do have a Discord, which you may or may not use, and it's still under construction, but very soon I'll have a place where all these links are of the videos we watch, so you can go into the Discord, go to the link section, and look at all the videos that we watch during the stream. So
I think though whoever that was talking about after the videos are done, you kept the
well, no, it says hard to see what we are watching like that.
Okay.
So I get it, but that's kind of the point because it kind of tricks the thing into thinking that I'm not doing that. So nice presentation. Thank you for the information video and all you do to keep us awake. Thank you so much. That is our goal. It's just our goal to come here as brothers and sisters of the same Father, with the same Messiah, and share our puzzle pieces that we've been given, in truth, and share those with each other in love, and be willing to have discussions, even if we disagree on theology and doctrines and eschatology. We can still come together and share those puzzle pieces in love so that we all grow, so we all have a bigger, better picture. So thank you again for your comment. We really do appreciate it. We got 2 over here on Circle of the Earth. Thank you. So Robert, he said, I remain agnostic on this topic for a few reasons. First and foremost, I don't know enough to take a stand one way or the other. I do question what is an atom and what we can do to split it. They do not have an actual photo of the atom, but not unlike the Earth, computer-generated images. How to computer-generate an atom being split? There is a radiation. They used radiation treatments on my nephew cancer. The treatment both took away the cancer and permanently damaged his cells. We have x-rays and MRIs, imaging everything. We talked about Operation Dominic with the government tried to do things to the firmament with nukes. This is something FE Truthers support. How can we support nukes existing and not existing? Or are we arguing the effectiveness and lasting nuclear fall off after one goes off? Why should I not believe the government concerning the atom and nukes? Entering the truther movement and seeing why our government has lied to us, the logic leads to what else is the government lying about, but the lack of government telling the truth is not evidence of whether atoms or nukes are what they are. So I totally agree with that. What I would finish off just in conversation, or to wrap that up, is I think that what we showed in that 2 hours is a sliver of the amount of information out there about the particular topics of atoms and nukes. And I think it's like if they've lied once, like we watched that 1955 video of them, supposedly blowing stuff up with nukes, right? That the camera survived, but inside the house, but so I just feel like there's an ample enough of it, kind of like with this heliocentric model, there is a preponderance of evidence that there's just so much of it against the contrary, against the claims, that's what makes it doubtable, skeptical. So thanks for your comment there, Robert.
You got to take the stance that they lie about everything.
Wendy Hughes 2234 said, my husband watched a video where people had their jaws literally fall off apart because they were worked on a facility that manufactured and built these items. Naturally, he also cannot give up his BAL. Yeah, so, okay, one, he watched a video, right? So we gotta, as truthers, take that with a grain of salt, even if it helps our claim. One. And two, manufactured these items. What items? You know, there are a lot of things that, yeah, if you come in contact with them, they have adverse effects on the human body. Am I saying that there's not chemicals and things out there that can hurt the body? No, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm saying their base unit of an atom, which they at one point claimed was the smallest thing, right, is one of my claims. And my second claim ties right into that, because they said in order to create an atom bomb, they split an atom of plutonium, of enriched uranium, that cascaded and caused this, you know, quantum reaction that caused all the other atoms to release all their energy. You know, Einstein married his cousin twice. I mean, equal MC squared, right? All works together perfectly to create this bomb. Now, I want to jump back real quick to what Robert said about the testing of the nukes. Now, they said they were nukes, and do we have footage of them shooting bombs? Yes, but do I think that okay? And then that goes back to the fact that, like, I do think that they have big bombs. I think they have big bombs that can blow up things. I don't think they have anything to do with radiation. I don't think they have anything to do with splitting an atom. So yeah, are there things that can burn people alive and, you know, chemically do things? Absolutely. Are they breaking the physics of this world to create this, you know, quantum, you know, chemical reaction that causes this intense explosion? That's what I would not concur with. So anyways, let's jump from there. Thank you for your comments. We really do appreciate it. If you'd like to join not only the panel here and join us around the round table, but for the after shows or the Peace Seeker episodes, check out Discord. The link is also in the description. And then we don't do YouTube. We don't do super chats or anything like that. But if you do want to get some merch, definitely check it out. We got mugs, we got shirts, sweatshirts, tees, stickers, all that. And I am working on some more stuff. I just got so much on my plate. I'm almost done with the new intro for Peace Seekers. So once that's done, I'll focus more effort. So anyways, also check out Bible Gateway. Great resources for those searching out the scriptures, as well as Bible Hub. It has the Lexington, the concordances, the different versions. A great resource. We also check out Sacred Text, a great resource for the Apocrypha. Definitely suggest the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees. And right now on Peace Seekers, we're doing the readings of the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. Tomorrow we will be reading the Testament of Gad. So if you're interested, check that out as well. Sweet. All right. So that's all the housekeeping. Let me get rid of that window and we will... Perfect. Kind of talk about it before we get into some of the videos and articles that we have. So I felt Asteroids was a good topic to go up against after we talked about atoms and nukes. Because one thing that they have in common, right, is this object that comes from the sky, that comes down to the earth, and it has the power to destroy the very creation that God has made. Whether it if you believe in the flat Earth, but then you believe in nukes, right? It's the same type of thing where there's an ability within inside the dome where, boom, all of a sudden you could cause mass devastation. Or if you're a believer in scripture, but more of a heliocentric minded view, then I could see how you could believe that asteroids was something that could happen. And again, with kind of matching it up with nukes again, it's this thing that can come at any point, right? At any time, one of the countries could get mad at us and hit a button, or at any time, a space rock could be hurled down and enter our atmosphere with such velocity that when it makes impact, it what they call is a planet killer and destroys all life on Earth, and the whole evolutionary thing, starts back up again. But that's for a couple more episodes. That's a couple weeks. But these topics all really do intertwine together, and that's why we're kind of talking about them in the order which we are. So, with asteroids, I kind of want to share this before. I've shared this on the channel before, but it actually has a big impact. It had a big impact on my life. So when I first moved to Utah, me and my wife and my daughter, she was around 6 months at the time. Shortly after, I think maybe a year after we moved here, I had this dream one night, and in that dream, it was this dark and dreary sky, and I was looking up, and there's no stars, no nothing, because of how dark and gray the clouds were. But then all throughout the clouds, I started seeing these orange, spots, these orange glowing spots. And eventually that brightness came through the clouds, and you had these huge rocks on fire that were just burrowing down towards the ground. And again, this is a dream. And so as soon as I see that, I am overwhelmed with fear, and I turn to run, and I start running away, and I hear this, still voice say, do not be afraid. And I just got all this courage, and I turned around and I put my arms out and, looked as the, wall of fire and dirt, met me, and I woke up. And I was really like, after I woke up, that dream was on my mind, and I was thinking about it. And I'm not going to bring up the clip, but on Vader Bear YouTube, which literally has just this one video, the very next night I witnessed this thing that I could not explain. It was basically all these balls of fire flying over the sky, and it flew over the entire valley parallel. And as I was watching it, I kept waiting for them to fall, but they kept just flying, and they were these fireballs, and they were changing size. And so long story short, that is what actually pushed me over the precipice of actually clicking on those quote unquote flat earth videos, and started this whole journey, which then eventually brought me to Torah, right? And eventually took away all these doctrines from my life. It's kind of funny there. But anyways, yeah, I want to kind of talk to y'all, get y'all a little bit of y'all's before we go over to the clips and the articles of where y'all were, where y'all are at with asteroids, and thoughts on them. And we'll just jump over with you, Marsha. What are you thinking, sister?
Well, I just don't believe in them. I don't know what.
What about before?
Before, I did.
Yeah.
I did, but I didn't think on them that much. I mean, I think in my time, were they really popular, Robert? I don't think they were as popular as they are now. That I hear about.
There were in ways, right, in certain science fiction literature.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
say,
on the news. I don't think. I don't remember. I put it that way.
Okay.
So I think now, and maybe I wasn't even caring. I don't know. But once you come to flat Earth and all this kind of stuff, then it's more on your mind, and then I'm seeing it more. I really don't know.
Okay. That's fair. All right. What about you, Robert? What's your kind of thoughts about it? What you thought about it? Where you're kind of at now?
Yeah. Well, Marsha, right. I mean, back then it was the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was the race riots. Right. There was all these other things that were attacking us in the news. All right.
Right.
So, but there was Star Trek, there was the space shows, and of course there were planet stars, asteroids, comets,
Mm-hmm.
all these things. I was totally on board with all that, right? But you know, as far as planet killer, as far as the dinosaur killers and all that, I don't know. I think I kind of was a little bit on that with the idea that that might have been what happened to the dinosaurs back before.
Mm-hmm.
Now I probably still bring up the same questions a lot of people that bring up when they get into flat Earth is they ask the question, well, what is a shooting star? What is a what am I seeing up there? That kind of thing, right?
Yeah, which is totally fair, and I'm not sure where that's coming through from, but that's totally fair to say. What are those things? What I don't think is fair is that we have to have a replacement, right? I think Marcia being able to say, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure on what they are, but I don't believe their story, right? Is okay. I think us having wonder like a child on what some of these things are is totally acceptable. We don't have to know exactly how everything works and quantify everything kind of like the world needs it to do, right?
I think I do remember one thing.
Okay.
I remember one thing. Do you remember, Robert, that Halley's Comet way back when?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I remember.
Right, and the comets were comets. They were passing.
Right.
Comets that there was not going to be any harm to us, right?
Isn't this interesting, though? They have comets, right?
They were tracking Halley's Comet when we were growing up. That was a big thing. Yeah.
So they have comets, they have asteroids, they have meteorites, they have shooting stars, right? They have all these different terms. Why is a comet called a comet and is not called an asteroid? Is it its chemical composition that changes it?
What?
Why can we see comets but not asteroids? Why can we see comets moving in the sky but not the rocks moving in the sky?
What is a comet? Constant ice, an ice ball that's constantly melting but never melting away.
Yeah.
When it's close to the sun and causing that plume.
Yeah, so right. They have all these. Yeah, they have all these
showers in that they were forecasting too in that when we were growing up.
Oh yeah.
And they still have these. They still have those to these days, right? And they're consequently they're always in certain parts of the sky, and they're always on certain parts in certain parts of the year. They're never everywhere. There's certain parts that have never ever seen a meteorite shower ever. Now, of course, they have their excuses for why those patterns happen the way that they do. But yeah, isn't it interesting though that they call comets and not asteroids? So I guarantee you they have some silly nerd response as to why one's called one and one's called the other. But we're never worried about seeing the comets in the sky of them hitting us, right? But they know that we have all these near misses when it comes to asteroids. What are your thoughts, Kyle? Where you were before, where you're at now?
Yeah, I mean, I used to totally believe in asteroids, full send on that one. I mean, they had me hook, line, and sinker, but I didn't believe that an asteroid killed the dinosaurs. I used to attribute that to aliens too. So,
okay.
Yeah, there were certain things I definitely believed that asteroids existed, and at that time I didn't think about the differences between meteors, asteroids, and comets, and anything else, space debris that they claim is up there, or entire planetary bodies that could be, the 10th planet, even though there's 8 now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so now I definitely don't believe it all because it doesn't make sense in the cosmological model that I understand it in. And it's more fear-born for the masses.
Yeah, no, it literally is. And we'll get into that when we kind of look at the entertainment side of this topic because there's, again, a plethora to talk about. But yeah, sweet. All right. Well, thanks for that, Kyle. Frankie B, what about you, brother? What were your thoughts then and now? And
I thought comets were like burning stars that were from other universes that were traveling on fire, you know, destroying and set to hit us, and because they thought that Halley's comet was going to hit us, but it passed us by, and all these meteor showers were in places like Russia and China, and we really don't know. We get stories coming out of Russia and China of them doing horrible things, but we really don't know because we don't really see what's actually going on there. Is it real or is it just propaganda? You know what I mean? I mean, like
for example, is like
all these people, they're not allowed to have Bibles. Is that actually true, or is it just propaganda that we're fed because we can't actually go? Well, we can go there, but it's actually hard to get into China. So we really don't know the stories that are coming out of there. Are they real or not? And it seems like these asteroid or meteor showers happen in places that, you know, are like kind of like locked down news wise. You know what I mean? So did it really happen, or is it something that they made up? I mean, how are we going to go over and prove that there was a meteor shower? We're not, you know, the average person. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and most people, right, they just read the news article, meteor shower to happen tonight and blah, blah, blah. And then they go, boom, okay, a meteor shower's happening, right? Little rocks coming from space. And then they keep scrolling to the next thing. But they already took that in as like, oh, this is fact, right? So they're very good at the marketing of asteroids. So awesome. All right, so here I'm gonna.
And I thought Star Wars was part of that, destroying like that whole thing that Reagan came up with. We were gonna have the Star Wars program.
To shoot out combat
asteroids, comets, and
nukes,
protect our planet, nukes, and all. It was like a defense system against intergalactic happenings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So interesting. Sweet. All right. So I'm gonna read this, which is the description of the video, and then we're gonna kind of start sharing some of the articles and videos we got. So it says asteroids. These special space rocks have the ability to wipe life off of any celestial space sphere they may accidentally fall upon. Even though these objects can destroy everything, they also may contain materials that would bring vast wealth. Throughout the years, many news feeds have had a constant drip of these stories of possible collisions and near misses, and even supposed space programs created to stop these rocks and their looming threats. Why do you think the idea is talked about so much in the news media and the entertainment industries? Can a natural sky nuke come at any point? Join us as we discuss the topic of asteroid and the implications for our and future generations' lives from the perspective of believers seeking the puzzle pieces of truth. So, as you can see, most of us don't believe in them now. Now, again, we're not we don't have any we don't then are not obliged to have to produce a counter argument or a counter example of what these are, though we will dabble about that in the little end. But tonight we're going to focus on kind of the information from their own mouths, the things that they talk about and represent, and the things that they show us about this topic. And I think there's going to be a lot of gravy within. So let's go ahead and pull this up, and we will get trucking. Okay, pull this up for y'all. We're going to grab this one, go live. Perfect. Bring this up. Let's do it like this. Okay, sweet. Now we're going to actually start over here. Now, Frankie was kind of talking about it, where they have had, space programs. I just mentioned it within the description, or in the description, it's also mentioned about these supposed programs, space programs, to in order to obstruct or stop or redirect an asteroid, a planet killer that just so happens to be coming our way. And also within the description, I talked about how, for whatever reason, within the news media and the entertainment industry, there's seemingly this constant drip of information about asteroids. And definitely, if you go back in season 1, when we used to read off the news articles more frequently, you can see over and over they are constantly talking about these near misses, and that's also why the name of this episode is near miss, because they're always saying that. So we're gonna read a couple of these articles about this, and then about why they would then have a need for equipment, tools to prevent these things from striking our so-called planet. So here's space.com. Citizen scientists spot more than 1,000 new asteroids in old Hubble telescope photos. Oh my gosh, guys, 1,000 new asteroids that can make their way at our... Ooh, that's a lot of near misses. Oh, what's this one? Weather Channel. Near-Earth asteroid came from lunar crater. Videos from the Weather Channel. Oh, I bet that's... Is that live feed from the moon, guys? They set that up? Is Tyrone Shoelaces still there getting live coverage of the Earth from the moon? Let's see here. Earth's mini moon linked to far side lunar crater. Scientists trace asteroid back to Earth's moon. Asteroid that broke up over Berlin was fastest spinning one ever seen. NASA calls for buddy astronomers. How can you help observe and track asteroids in space? Scientists have predicted the exact date asteroid is in danger of hitting Earth with the force of 22 atomic bombs, guys! Ah! No, seriously, and here's another good example, right? They always like estimate asteroids' impacts as nukes. They say this asteroid has the force of 22 atomic bombs. Oh my gosh. Here, asteroid missions, side trip to Mars. Laser on NASA's Psyche asteroid probe beams data from 140 million miles away.
Millions and billions. Oh.
How preposterous. So yeah, as you see, 81-foot asteroid to pass Earth soon, says NASA. No details. So, and we're getting to this a little bit later. How this startup plans to start make asteroid mining a reality. So
asteroid mining.
Yeah, they're gonna land mining on there
and drill.
Yeah, that's their big. So
I'm gonna plant a bomb on there and fly away.
Yeah, it's literally so silly. They're gonna go there, drop a bomb, shoot a Gatling gun at some floating rocks. Robert knows what it's about. Look at
this. Gonna get left behind. Exactly. Those men are heroes.
Our heroes.
All right,
They're gonna drill on asteroids. Okay.
Drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
So right now, guys, just give me a second. I know that we requested not to have the thumbnail over the thing, but again, if I do not do that, then it will 100% get stopped. Like, what was that? I don't remember what episode. Oh, that was when we watched Nefarious. It literally stopped the stream mid-broadcast because of it. So unfortunately, I got to put it up there. I know it makes it a little annoying, but it is what it is. Oh, wrong button.
I wonder how much you could play with the opacity on it before the algorithm catches it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of testing and messing around.
Yep.
On the live stream, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was just a couple years ago, right? We had this whole thing. They're going to talk about it here. And then, so we're going to watch the news broadcast, right? So this is the media aspect of it, of the DART program, where they used basically, rockets shooting up satellites, a specialized satellite in order to change the trajectory of an asteroid in testing. Could we do that? Could we hit it in such a way that it would cause it to not be a planet killer and that it would become a near miss instead of a doomsday apocalypse? So let's check this video out, and we'll talk about it in a second. We can go ahead and drop cams until then. So we'll be back here in a little bit, peeps.
A very warm welcome to the programme. Now, while most of us were getting some much needed sleep, NASA sent a spacecraft straight into the path of an asteroid travelling at 14,000 miles an hour. It's the first time it's ever been done, and it's hoped that it'll teach us how to change the speed and path of future asteroids and planets. Our science editor Rebecca Morell has been taking a look at what happened.
Closing in on the target. Images beamed back from 7 million miles away as a NASA spacecraft approaches an asteroid. The details of the rocky world are revealed. But this probe isn't here to study it. Its job is to knock the space rock off course by smashing into it.
Oh, wow.
And this was the reaction from Mission Control. This space rock poses no threat. This is a test to see how we could deal with one on a collision course with the Earth.
I definitely think that, as far as we can tell, our first planetary defense test was a success, and I think we can clap to that, everyone. I think the Earthlings should sleep better. Definitely I will. Yeah. And how do you feel? Like the people working here, we're definitely going to sleep better.
And liftoff of the Falcon 9 and
The mission, called DART, began last year, with the spacecraft starting its epic journey to its destination. The target, a twin asteroid system. A larger space rock called Didymos is orbited by a smaller space rock called Dimorphos that's about 150 metres. That's about 500
Please ignore the names of the rocks.
feet across. The spacecraft, travelling at 14,000 miles an hour, crashes into Dimorphos, giving the asteroid
The mission
a kick.
DART.
This changes
It looks
its
so
speed
real too,
by
doesn't it?
just a fraction, about a millimetre per second. But this is enough to alter its orbit, and scientists can monitor this from Earth to see if it's worked.
DART really is.
Yeah, because we can
I
totally.
don't think you
monitor
have
this
your
from Earth.
filter thing on.
Oh, I don't. Okay, 1 second. Let me work on. I'm gonna make it a little less. Let me bring down the opacity of it.
More opaque.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that works. So let's keep going with this nonsense.
It's just the start. It's just the first planetary defense test mission. It was spectacular, and it's accomplished, and we'll figure out how effective it was. That's really what we're going to learn in the next weeks to come. All right, we hit this asteroid. Now, how effective was that at deflecting it, and what would that mean for using it?
The damage asteroids can do is well known. The biggest ones could cause global devastation.
Guys, it's well known. It's well known what asteroids do when it hits the Earth, right? Because there's all the people left over to record it.
Like the space rock that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. The challenge is to find them early enough. So a mission
Did she just say 66 million? Let's jump that back again.
Can do is well known.
66
The biggest ones
million.
could cause global devastation, like the space rock that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago.
Oh, 66.
The challenge is to find them early enough, so a mission to divert could be carried out well in advance. The DART mission is the first step in finding a solution, and in the coming days and weeks, scientists will be assessing whether their test has been successful. It's a demonstration of a technology that could one day save our planet. Rebecca Morrell, BBC News.
Well, let's go.
Okay, so those pictures that we just saw, guys, if you don't know, if you didn't hear about this story, this is supposed, okay, this is obviously CGI.
Successful.
But this
it's
part
a
right
demonstration
here
of a technology that could one day save our planet. Rebecca Morrell.
Those are said to be real pictures.
That's real.
Of the asteroid, of it as it hits as it makes impact with the asteroid. Okay, so those pictures that we just
that seemed pretty Atari-like to me.
Yeah, it looks very
like,
very
2000 graphics.
Yeah.
Right.
And that literally, like, look at this picture as it is right now. That is literally, you could go to some rocky, gravelly area, take a picture of it, and in multiple 3D programs, just wrap around that photogrammetry around a polygon. And then all of a sudden you would have this exact texture where it looks like it has shadows. But it's pretty interesting. Look at these shadows. You got a shadow here, a shadow here, a shadow over here, a shadow going down here, a shadow on this side. Doesn't make a shadow on this side. It doesn't make a lot of sense where all these shadows are coming from on this object. But, you know, not many people stop and check out the shadow. See, this shadow's going down this way, but this shadow's going down this way. This shadow's going this way. Weird. So, yeah, we're gonna. That's it for this video. We're gonna check out
one on the top. The one on the top. It's like a rock just laying on the ground.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, up a little bit higher. Right there. Yeah, right there. It's like a rock laying on the ground.
Yeah, just this one too. This one too.
Yeah, this one and the one down here and the one up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a shot of the ground, and they turned it into a spear, made it look like a ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, it's not one solid rock. It doesn't even look like one solid rock, but that's the microgravity holding those smaller rocks there. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the mass, the Newtonian mass, where mass tracks mass, that was, disproven 100 or discarded 100 plus years ago. So please ignore
it might
that.
It might even form itself into a spear by the time it gets here.
Yeah. Yeah. And with a perfectly working wristwatch in the middle of it.
Right. Exactly.
So that was the news media side of it. We're gonna check out here. This is a little bit of a longer video, but this looks on the quote unquote technical side of it, of what they're really trying to do with stopping these, traveling planet killers. So let's check this out.
26th of September 2022, a 570 kilogram spacecraft the size of a refrigerator rammed into an asteroid at 6 kilometers per second. Launched aboard the fossil-fueled powered Falcon 9, the dinosaurs finally clapped back. 60.
Guys, did you hear that? They literally even threw in a fossil fuels joke where the dinosaurs were used to make the fossil fuels that powered the rocket that then destroyed the asteroid, because the asteroids, it's so mock-worthy. All right, let's go.
All ironic.
They make the connections themselves. We hardly even have to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like I truth, hand to scripture, I literally never watched this video when I made my schedule. So, like you said, they're making the connections for us.
Yep.
And I'm so glad we pay taxes and NASA protects us. I'm just so grateful.
Thank you, NASA. Thank you, Warner
Space
Van
balls.
Braun. Thank you, Nazi. Wait, what? People forget that part, apparently. But let's keep going.
Right.
6 million years after the asteroid that ended the dinosaurs, an unsuspecting asteroid was struck with an impact equivalent of 3 tons of TNT, and we caught it all on film. This mission is perhaps the most important experiment NASA has ever performed.
Wait, so you gotta wait, Robert, wait until he says.
Years.
You'll know when to say it. All right, let me get back. All right, here we go.
An unsuspecting asteroid was struck with an impact equivalent of 3 tons of TNT, and we caught it all on film.
Perfect timing, brother. Okay, let's keep going.
This mission is perhaps the most important experiment NASA has ever performed. Data and information that could one day save us from the same fate as the dinosaurs. The asteroid we struck, Dimorphos, is 160 meters in diameter,
Oh my gosh.
much smaller than the 10-kilometer wide asteroid that exterminated the dinosaurs
tinfoil.
all those years ago, but large enough to unleash over 300 megatons of energy if it collided with Earth. 6 times more powerful than the most powerful nuclear weapon ever used. In the weeks since, scientists have been studying the results, calculating how effective our first asteroid redirection test was. However, the work that went into this mission far extends the last month of scientific study. For years, scientists and engineers carefully planned which asteroid to hit, how to hit it, and how to confidently and quickly measure the effect of the collision. To understand the achievement of the DART mission, let's dive into the engineering and physics of its planet defense mission. The DART spacecraft itself hosted no scientific instruments, designed to be a low-cost spacecraft with just the tools it needed to complete its mission. Cameras to spot its target, star trackers to navigate through space, a propulsion system to direct it toward its target, antenna systems to speak with Earth, and an onboard computer, whose software has its roots in military missile technologies. However, DART did release a small Italian-made spacecraft designed to record the collision, giving us this footage showing a massive plume of debris being ejected from the asteroid on impact. The Falcon 9 rocket did the majority of the work in directing DART toward its target, Dimorphos. This was a unique target, chosen for a very important reason. It's a moonlet, a tiny moon orbiting the larger asteroid, Didymos. DART's camera gave us a glimpse of Didymos as it sailed by at a breakneck speed, closing down the remaining 920 kilometers in just 2.5 minutes.
Okay, so they have this amazing footage, however they got this footage, right? Which, of course, that they probably would say this isn't real footage. But isn't it interesting how similar the fake footage and the real footage looks? Very interesting.
It computed and adjusted its trajectory using hydrazine thrusters, guiding the spacecraft to a head-on impact with the moonlet. In these final moments, DART shut down its thrusters, allowing the camera to take clear images of its impending doom, and giving us a clear picture of the rock we just obliterated 11 million kilometers away. So, why this rock in particular? There are countless asteroids orbiting the Sun. However, in order to study the results
I think you're muted.
I totally am. Guys, look at this rock. Is there some magical force in the center of this magical rock that is keeping this rock down and this rock down and this rock down towards the center? Is this the ever, expanding, dark matter that is somehow creating this effect? Or did they literally just take a picture of the ground using photogrammetry and then wrap it around a freaking polygon?
Countless asteroids orbiting the sun. However,
look at these rocks, guys. This thing is spinning around.
Yeah.
It's spinning around another rock in the
No,
void
they
of
didn't do
space.
that. It's real. It's real, Vader. They didn't do that. There's no way they could have done that.
Dude, it's so preposterous.
Yeah, you see how they keep flipping back and forth between the supposed real footage and then their CGI footage, and it's almost like exactly what NASA does, where it'll show the rocket launching and then it'll switch to the CGI and then it'll switch back to the rocket and switch back to the CGI. I wonder why they do that.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's beyond me.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
in order to study the results of impact, we need a specific kind of asteroid. First, Dimorphos was passing close to Earth.
Guys, I just had a funny thought. I'm sorry for pausing it, chat, but those things where people like stack all those rocks, those little rock towers? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's like their next achievement is they're gonna go here, land a person on here, and stack a whole bunch of rocks on top of this rock, and it'll just stay there forever.
Yeah, just like they magically do on our spinning ball.
Yep, exactly.
Kind of asteroid. First, Dimorphos was passing close to Earth, passing by at 11 million kilometers at the time of impact. We have tracked Dimorphos and have confident predictions of where the asteroid is going to be at any given point in time. This allowed us.
Wow, they're so smart. They can track something 11 million miles away and know where it is at every point in time. But
how dare you?
Yeah. Let's look this up. DIMO. I bet you I'm gonna type this in and then type God, and I bet you Morphos. Sorry.
DIMO.
Dimorphos God.
Oh, it's just below them.
Dimorphos. So Dionysus is an ambivalent deity. He is associated with the seasons, the unruliness and vitality of unchecked growth, the cyclical rebirth of green vegetation, but also the danger present in all of this. Weird. So, why do they have such an interesting? Why do they have such a desire to name things after Greek gods and pagan gods? Weird. Probably nothing to see here, people. Let's just keep watching the video.
To choose an optimal window for collision. Our model showed that on October 4th, 2022, the asteroid would be at its closest approach for the next 40 years. The next time it would be this close to Earth would be 2062. This was the perfect opportunity. However, we struck it a week early because the asteroid would be at its brightest to us at its closest approach, allowing us to better observe the results of the collision. This is the next reason this asteroid was chosen. The goal of the double asteroid redirection test was to redirect an asteroid with just enough force to change its trajectory by a marginal amount, enough to avoid a collision with Earth. A change of just 1% could be enough to avoid a catastrophe. But here lies the dilemma for scientists. How do we measure such a small change in trajectory of an object 11 million kilometers away? Even the footage from a spacecraft near the collision.
I have to stop because he just literally contradicted himself. He said we knew exactly where it was and when it was going to be where it was at any given time before they struck it, and then after they struck it, they're like, well, how are we supposed to know where this thing is that's 11 million miles away? Makes zero sense. Contradiction blatantly.
Mm-hmm.
Is not much to go off. Confidently measuring an impact with an asteroid orbiting the Sun would take years, as we'd need to measure multiple orbits to assess the differences before and after the impact. Instead, scientists turned to binary systems for answers. There are systems of asteroids where one smaller moonlet orbits a larger asteroid. All we need to know is that we changed the velocity of a moving rock in space. It doesn't matter if it's orbiting the Sun or orbiting another rock. However, not any binary system would make this experiment feasible. It is essential that we can measure the effectiveness of the crash from Earth. For this, the orbiting moonlet should have an eclipsing path, meaning that viewed from Earth, it would pass in front of and behind the asteroid during its orbit. The light reflecting from these two asteroids that we see here on Earth appears as a single point of light, and each time Dimorphos passes in front of Didymos, that light dims. Using sensitive Earth-based telescopes, we have timed these patterns to measure the orbit of Dimorphos at 11 hours 55 minutes. Using these same techniques, we can measure the change in orbit. Dimorphos is only visible from the southern hemisphere, so NASA reserved time on telescopes located in Chile, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Joining the Earth-based telescopes, Webb and Hubble were also used to image the asteroids at the time of impact. Of course, to achieve all this, we first needed to hit the asteroid. That was no easy feat. The asteroid was too far away to manually direct the spacecraft. There would be a lag of 1.5 minutes. At 6 kilometers per second, a lag this large would have the spacecraft travel over 540 kilometers before receiving instructions. When trying to hit a target only 160 meters in diameter, lags like this required an autonomous navigation system. The spacecraft was loaded with a camera attached to a small 20 centimeter wide telescope, and circuitry no more powerful than that of a PlayStation 1. Every second, it would take a picture and calculate the thrust needed to stay on course, working very similarly to visual guidance software used in military applications like the Javelin missile. DART used 12 directional thrusters to hit the small dim moonlet. DART was also equipped with the next generation of ion thrusters, NEXT-C, which is 3 times more powerful than NASA's previous generation ion thruster, NSTAR. Ion thrusters are highly efficient, accelerating heavy ions of xenon to extreme speeds of 40 kilometers per second using an electromagnetic field, 10 times faster than a traditional rocket engine. These ion thrusters were powered by new, specially developed lightweight solar cells that deploy from a roll, called a Roll-Out Solar Array, or ROSA. This solar array was successfully tested on the ISS in 2017, although in a strangely hilarious video, the arrays were gently ejected from the ISS because there was a fault in retracting them at the end of the test. Part of the solar array was also used to demonstrate a new solar collector technology that would concentrate sunlight on high-efficiency panels, increasing their power deep in our solar system, where solar radiation rapidly drops off thanks to the inverse square law. A technology.
All right, so at this point, they're just getting into the technologies that they supposed had to make this thing happen. I just wanted to share with y'all that kind of first part where they're talking about all that's needed to do this. And I just want y'all to really think about how preposterous it is for them to do all these calculations, to send out these, satellites to do, like the DART, which they even said, like at a certain point, it takes 90 seconds for radio waves to travel. Wait, how again are radio waves traveling through space? What are they waving?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what are they waving through?
Yeah. It's just like what are those ion engines pushing off of?
It's it just makes me angry that they actually have all these people lying constantly.
Well, so I don't know if it's all the people are lying. I think they truly believe it.
I was
Really?
thinking that too. Like these people are blatant lying to us for their paychecks. They have to know that they're lying to us, and they're just like actors. But I guess they're paid so well that they say fuck it. They sign an NDA.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, no
weak
F-bombs.
word.
I mean, F it. Sorry about that.
No, yeah, no, I get you. I think a lot of them, like us, went to the schools, and now their egos are attached to it, where they have, made parts that were a part of these missions.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're like, no, I know it's true because I made that part that did that thing on that one mission.
Exactly.
And so I think they do believe it. I don't think that they're lying. And I'll give you an example. That last little part where it was talking about how they were tracking it because they couldn't send, right? They had to wait till the dart was close enough to the moonlet for them to hit it. They had to put autonomous software in the in the satellite in order for it to guide itself like a guided missile. But look at what they would have saw. They literally saw two lights, and the focus, the tracking was on the smaller light. Now you could literally reproduce that just on software, right? You could give that image to a tracking software, and they would track towards that smaller dot just like it was programmed to. So yeah, to me, it's like I don't think they actually have to believe it in order for them to, go along with it. So we got a couple things here we're gonna share with that was from Robert. What's Apophis?
I mean, somebody has to take a
That's
picture.
the latest asteroid that's going to hit us. The near miss.
So it said, look at this. Asteroid 99942. 666, 42 months. That's kind of weird. Apophis.
Yeah.
Is a near-Earth object, NEO, right? It's going to start a new world. And and that's kind of my Revelation 9 thing, but I won't get into that again. But estimated to be about 335 meters or 1,100 feet across. When it was discovered in 2004, Apophis was identified as one of the most hazardous asteroids that could impact Earth. But that impact assessment changed after astronomers tracked Apophis and its orbit became better determined. A radar observation campaign in March 2021, combined with precise orbit analysis, allowed astronomers to conclude that there is no risk of Apophis impacting our planet for at least a century. So, 99942, kind of weird numbers there. You got 999 and then 6. Oh, look at this, guys. You can, we can see all of the pretty bits. Ooh, guys, look. Oh, dude, oh my God. Look, guys, you can see the fabric of space. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We are. I'm so.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a special three-dimensional fabric, not like every other fabric that everyone's familiar with.
Oh look, it's like from right here. It's right between Jupiter and Uranus.
Uranus. Don't get us all laughing.
So preposterous. All right, this is Earthly. This is another video that we got shared with us. And yeah, just real quick, jumping back at this. $63 million a day, guys. This is what we get. We get asteroids between Jupiter and Uranus, and we get all this lore and written about it. And gosh, how lucky we are that they spend all of this money instead of on the the poor and needy and the the orphans and the widows.
Oh, yeah.
No, we gotta worry about Apophis and whether he's gonna be coming for us. Oh,
yeah, we got
look,
Velcro.
How did Apophis got its name? Well, just to let y'all know, guys, we've got you all of this data and all of these, information about this space rock that we were super scared about. Oh, so where did we get its name? Well, Apophis is named for the demon serpent who personified evil and chaos in the ancient Egyptian mythology. God, duh. Of course, why wouldn't we name something like that Apophis? Duh.
Oh my. Hey, that's what we need, Robert. A soundboard going, duh.
So ridiculous. All right, so the apocalypse. It's coming. Near miss apocalypse approaching. The massive asteroid threatening Earth existence in 2029.
In the solar system.
2029.
All right, let's check this video out. If you want to drop your camera.
There are thousands of asteroids that orbit very close to the Earth. The imminent impact of an asteroid could put an end to all life on Earth. NASA has announced that in 2029, an asteroid as dangerous as the chunk that wiped out the dinosaurs will hurtle past Earth just 39,000 kilometers away. This
tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arms off!
For some years now, since it has a high probability of colliding with Earth. We are talking about the asteroid Apophis. Is this asteroid still on a collision course toward Earth? And if so, when will the day of impact occur? Join us today as we investigate the enigma of this dangerous asteroid. Before we start, be sure to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel.
No, support my channel.
In 2004, astronomers made a startling discovery. They identified a massive rock fragment capable of inflicting the same level of devastation on Earth as the catastrophic asteroid Chicxulub that led to the extinction of dinosaurs some 66 million years ago.
66 million years ago.
Staggering 15 kilometers in diameter and slammed into what we now recognize as Mexico, hurtling at a speed of several kilometers per second. Upon impact, it unleashed a colossal shockwave and intense heat, obliterating everything within its immediate vicinity in mere seconds. The heat and smoke generated by this cataclysmic event marked the onset of profound climate change. The sun's radiance dimmed, temperatures plummeted, and numerous plant species withered away. The resultant fires and dust rendered the air toxic, leading to a mass die-off of animals. Fast forward to the present, we find ourselves potentially facing a similar threat. If an asteroid of comparable magnitude were to strike Earth once more, it could spell the complete annihilation of our habitat, and human survival could hang in the balance under these altered conditions. It is no wonder that scientists at the Kitt Peak National Observatory in Arizona were shocked when they detected a new asteroid and found that it was getting closer and closer to Earth. Asteroids are remnants hailing from the formation of our solar system approximately 4.6 billion years ago.
Actually, sir, that has been changed to 28 billion years ago. Duh.
Since their inception, these rocky bodies have traversed the expanse of our solar system, varying in size from minuscule dust grains to substantial bodies spanning hundreds of kilometers in diameter. Much like all other entities in the cosmos, asteroids adhere to the gravitational forces that shape their trajectories. Similar to planets, most asteroids follow elliptical paths as they orbit the Sun. These orbits exhibit distinct inclinations and eccentricities.
You know, guys, we have so much. This is why we need all the computing power so that they can compute these. These aren't just lines on a 3D program, guys. These are actual trajectories of all the near Earth objects. So,
oh my gosh,
be super scared. Okay, super duper scared.
Amazing.
Signifying that they are not perfectly circular. various influences can disrupt an asteroid's course, including the gravitational pull of the sun, the push of solar winds, the attraction exerted by other planets, or even acceleration caused by planetary encounters. Because of the gravitational order in the system, most asteroids are bound in the Kuiper belt at the far edge of the solar system and in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. However, fragments occasionally break free from these zones and begin journeys toward the Sun, a process that may bring them perilously close to Earth. Fortunately, the majority of near-Earth asteroids are small and pose minimal threat to our planet, as they typically burn up upon entering our atmosphere. Nevertheless, some larger near-Earth asteroids, such as Apophis, present a potential risk due to their substantial size and proximity to our planet. Now, let's examine whether NASA will be able to break the power of the asteroid and whether this will be necessary at all. Apophis has an estimated diameter of 370 meters, making it significantly smaller than the Chicxulub asteroid. However, it would be a grave mistake to underestimate the potential danger posed by Apophis, primarily due to the remarkable velocity at which it could collide with Earth. Apophis belongs to the category of Apollo asteroids, a group known for regularly intersecting Earth's orbital path, hence categorizing them as potentially hazardous. For a brief period, there was a looming concern about a possible impact event slated for the year 2029. Fortunately, this anxiety was short-lived. New projections indicated that Apophis would pass Earth at a distance of roughly 31,000 kilometers. One might consider this a narrow escape. In March 2021, Apophis made a close approach to Earth, although still maintaining a safe distance. If it returns in 2029 as anticipated, its proximity to Earth will be closer than that of most satellites. This occurrence will be an extraordinarily rare event, with brightly illuminated asteroids being witnessed on Earth only once every few millennia. It promises to be a truly unique spectacle for both scientific observers and amateur astronomers alike.
Wait, so if in 2029 we don't see this, then what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess it'll be just like the last one that went by and
But the story doesn't
almost killed us.
Yeah, we should be very grateful.
Visit, and then the encounter could end quite differently. We have a firm understanding of Apophis's orbital path, allowing us to maintain ongoing observations and investigations of this asteroid. While this knowledge can provide a certain level of reassurance, our current capabilities to safeguard against asteroid threats remain rather limited. Often, people envision a scenario as seen in movies like Armageddon, where astronauts embark on a mission to an asteroid and detonate it. However, in actual conditions, if the asteroid were to fragment into 2 or more pieces due to such an explosion, these fragments could attain tremendous speeds and potentially be directed toward Earth. An effective detonation would only be achievable if we possessed more comprehensive information about the asteroid's composition and characteristics. Otherwise, the outcome could result in widespread destruction. Presently, the consensus among scientists is that altering the asteroid's trajectory would be a safer approach. To achieve this, we would have to employ spacecraft, rockets, and also gentle blasts in the environments of the asteroid are suitable. The global scientific and governmental communities share a deep concern regarding the need to enhance our understanding of asteroids in order to develop effective defense strategies. That's why Apophis will soon get a visit. NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission is currently underway.
Osiris.
Oh, Osiris.
Yeah.
Look, guys, look at the top of that capsule.
Oh,
what does that look like?
At the sun thing.
The sun. It's like a sun god thing.
Yeah.
Weird.
It commenced its journey in 2016 and successfully touched down on another dangerous asteroid called Bennu. On October 20th, 2020, OSIRIS-REx collected a sample from Bennu's surface, set to reach Earth by September 2023. Afterwards, OSIRIS-REx will transition into the follow-up mission known as OSIRIS-APEX, with numerous countries committing contributions as much as $200 million to facilitate this pivotal endeavor. Just a month after delivering the Bennu sample, the probe will chart a course toward Apophis. OSIRIS-APEX is anticipated to reach the asteroid in 2029. During its 18-month mission, the probe will engage in comprehensive research, including surface mapping to identify potential vulnerabilities on Apophis. This mapping could prove invaluable in our efforts to assess the feasibility of either blasting or altering Apophis's orbit. South Korean astronomers are also planning a probe that will reach Apophis in January 2029, just before its flyby of Earth. The mission aims to study the asteroid's structural changes due to its close encounter with Earth. Other plans call for a smaller spacecraft called Apophis Pathfinder, much faster than the larger probes. The Pathfinder is expected to reach the asteroid as early as 2025 or 2026 and complete several close flybys. Reportedly, private space companies such as SpaceX also have plans to approach Apophis, so it's going to be exciting as in a few years, we will get the chance to see an asteroid up close and real for the first time ever. Astronomers gauge the threat of asteroid impacts using the Palermo scale, which rates the potential danger on a scale from 0 to 10. This assessment takes into account an asteroid's size, orbit, and the likelihood of it colliding with Earth. A score of 0 implies no risk, while a rating of 10 suggests a high probability of a...
All right, there's only a few minutes left. It's kind of dropped off on interestingness, but yeah, lots of hogwash in that one as well. But it was fun. It was fun nonetheless. Okay, so this is Marsha's, and then we'll end with So we got a few videos here. I think you had some shorts. You had a short.
I had a couple. So
one, I think. All right, let's check out what the short is real quick. It's a short. It's a 1-minute video, and I'm getting this much. Wow. It has so much to buffer. I'm going to let it play through one more time. Or not.
Jeez.
Okay. That's guys, that's literally insane that it's less than a 1-minute clip and it won't buffer. Like, what the heck? All right, let's try it one more time and then we'll keep moving.
Hey, can you center it in the what we're viewing?
That's an asteroid hitting the moon.
No. Yeah, caught on camera. It's obviously fake.
I mean, it's...
But what's insane is someone either spent the time to make that or it's like a filter. Because I've seen things like that before, which is...
Yeah.
People like that type of fear. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is more about Apophis. So we're going to skip that one.
Yeah.
Let's see what this says. Meteor hit CN Tower in Toronto.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Okay. It's really cool.
Please, Frankie, will you throw your mute on? But guys, it's a 28-second video and it's buffering. It makes 0 sense. All the BitChute, we're going totally fine. All right, let's see if this will play.
Yeah, pose. Did
you take it?
Wait. It's on video, hold on.
Oh, wait, look. Oh, did you see that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh shit! No, we gotta go.
People even like spend their time to do these things because it's such a thought in their head. It's so ridiculous. All right, let's this is only 5 minutes. We're gonna check this out and see what's going on. I think this is like, we might skip that part. We'll see.
One of the most well-known theories concerning the death of the dinosaurs argues that these ancient creatures went extinct when a large stone from space slammed into Earth. Through a series of events, this ultimately led to the extinction of dinosaurs. You've probably heard countless stories and hypotheses and movie plots regarding the disastrous consequences of an asteroid strike on Earth. But what exactly are asteroids? Where do they come from? And most importantly, could they really obliterate the entire planet if they were to strike Earth with enough force? An asteroid is a small, rocky object that orbits the Sun, just like the rest of the planets and celestial bodies in our solar system. Although asteroids are present throughout the solar system, most of them live in the asteroid belt, a region located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. The size of objects within the asteroid belt have a wide range, from being no bigger than a dust particle to almost 1,000 kilometers wide. In fact, the largest asteroid present in the asteroid belt, Ceres, is 940 kilometers wide and is considered a dwarf planet. Although the asteroid belt hosts a multitude of asteroids, it's not the only region where these rocky objects hang around. Some asteroids are also found in the orbits of planets, which means that the planet and the asteroid circle the Sun on the same elliptical path. Earth and a few other planets have asteroids just like this. For some, a more interesting question is, how did these asteroids come into being? Our solar system came into existence about 4.6 billion years ago, when a large cloud of gas and dust collapsed. Following this event, most of that material fell to the center of the cloud, resulting in the formation of the Sun, the central star of our solar system. Planets were formed from some of the condensing dust in that cloud, but not all celestial material had the chance to be incorporated into planets. The leftovers from that time took on the form of asteroids. Asteroids vary greatly in terms of their shape and size. An asteroid can be as large as Ceres, nearly 1,000 kilometers wide, but on the other end of the spectrum, the smallest asteroid ever studied is a space rock called 2015 TC25. It's 2 meters wide and was observed when it made a close flyby of Earth in October of 2015.
Guys, they're saying a 2-meter freaking rock flew by and they saw it? Like, please tell me how they're... Oh my god, that is so preposterous.
All of it is. All of it is.
Yeah, it's... And so it's like... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what speed is it supposedly flying by at? How long would you get to even look at for if you could even track it down for a split second and flies over? It's ridiculous.
Well, and think about, like, when you're like taking a video from your phone and you zoom in, how much harder it is to keep it focused on a single thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are they doing?
Yeah, it'd have to be laser tracked with like they use for like military weapons and
and then at that point that should be changing. That should affect the 2-meter rock, like a powerful laser enough. And then how could they, with it being a globe, like how much of an arc do they really have in the sky where they could even track it? You know what I mean?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It would be so fast that it would fly by. So many movements going on. It's just impossible.
Yeah, impossible indeed.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep chugging.
Almost all asteroids are irregularly shaped, although a few big ones, like Ceres, are nearly spherical. Asteroids are also cratered or pitted, and their surface is thought to be covered in dust. Asteroids orbit the Sun in elliptical orbits, but additionally they also sometimes rotate, tumbling haphazardly through space. They may even have their own moons. We know of more than 150 asteroids that have a small companion moon, and some have more than one. Asteroids are found in 3 main regions of our solar system: A significant amount of asteroids are found in the asteroid belt, which lies between Mars and Jupiter. Then there are Trojan asteroids, a large group of asteroids that share the orbit of planets around the Sun. Jupiter Trojans are the most well-known and numerous of this variety. The total number of Jupiter Trojans larger than 1 kilometer in diameter is believed to be about 1 million. Finally, there are near-Earth asteroids, or NEAs. These circle closer to Earth than they do to the Sun. It is believed that nearly 10,000 of all known asteroids are NEAs. Asteroids are known to be composed of clay and rocks, as well as metals like nickel and iron. Now, since some asteroids are very close to Earth in comparison to other celestial bodies, is it possible for them to slam into our planet? Absolutely. Ever since Earth came into being, it has been struck relentlessly by asteroids and comets. In fact, the most popular theory regarding the extinction of dinosaurs is related to an asteroid that slammed into Earth, causing widespread destruction and obliterating most life forms in the global aftermath.
I just want to say, isn't it interesting how they're saying, like, over time, like, it's been bombarded so much, but we've never even seen one? Like, not one has ever caused any type of real type of damage anywhere across the world? They have these supposed strikes.
Small one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm dumber for watching this.
That reminds me of the Billy Madison. He's like, we are now all stupider for having listened to this. Yeah, so, yeah, and see, guys, it's over and over and over. Absolutely be fearful. Absolutely at any point in time could a asteroid, and a lot of the times, guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of the times it's always like, oh, they just found it. They didn't know. They didn't know until the very last moment that, something was going to happen. And so, yeah, it's so insane. Okay, so those are more just basically same ones. Oh, they found another crater, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is gonna be real funny, right? Well, I personally think this will give y'all a good chuckle. So what we're about to watch here is other things, other opportunities that we have for for these asteroids. Yes, they could completely kill and obliterate all life on Earth, but we can also, have an intimate relationship. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Okay, my outstanding friends, this is going to be fun. Did you realize that NASA has figured out a way to milk an asteroid? I'm not kidding you. They figured out a way to milk an asteroid. Wait till I tell you. Okay, so what are we talking about?
Okay, so you see the nipple. That is where they're extracting the asteroid milk. It's a new vegan alternative, so be looking for that at stores at your nearest Walmart. So
here, milking an asteroid. How could they possibly do that? Well, this is asteroid Bennu. They took a spacecraft, went up here and went down here, and pop, they grabbed a sample of this and brought it.
I want to point out, guys, that I literally just watched the opening of that where he said NASA found out a way to milk asteroids, and I paused it and I literally picked that out because I'm like, that kind of looks like a boob and a nipple, and he literally points to the nipple. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get
back to Earth. All right, so that's the beginning of the milking phase. They landed a spacecraft on here. Just it was a touch and go. It went bam, and they took right back off again and grabbed a handful of debris from this area and brought it back to Earth. So how does that play into milking an asteroid? Well, let's think about it. Okay, my wonderful friends, this is from space.com, and they say this is all you need to
And just point out, this is the Osiris Rex thing, so let's keep going.
Know about asteroid sampling the mission OSIRIS-REx, which went up to this asteroid called Bennu. It went down, grabbed a bunch of it, and came back to Earth, and now it's headed back out to do another sample of another asteroid. Now,
I want to search up Bennu real quick. I feel like that's like a god. I really do.
Sure it is.
Bennu is an ancient Egyptian deity linked with the sun, creation, and rebirth.
Oh my gosh, it is. Yep.
Oh, interesting. All right, let's keep watching.
Now, here's exactly what happened. They call it the OSIRIS-REx. It's an ongoing mission. It returns samples of asteroid Bennu, which I'll show you in a minute, to Earth on September 24th, just a few months ago. And I posted back then, I knew what this sample was going to be, and I will show it to you very shortly. And it is now moving to study asteroid Apophis in 2029, which is going to come close to Earth as well. Now, this is what they're showing. I think this is an artist's representation, basically, because I don't know how
Of course. Oh, well, let's see. Wait.
they would take this picture.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Of course, it's an artist rendition. What else could they possibly give you? Oh wait, last mission on the DART, they had an extra robot in there that take photographs as it. Preposterous.
But what they did was they came down into this little crater and grabbed a sample and popped right back up and headed back to Earth with this bunch of stuff. Now, here's exactly what it says. All right, OSIRIS-REx from NASA is an ongoing mission. It visited and collected a sample from asteroid Bennu and returned the sample to Earth just September 24th, 2023. That's only about 4 or 5 months ago. 4 months ago. The spacecraft is headed to a new target, this asteroid Apophis, which will also fly close to Earth in 2029. They're trying to see what these things are made of. They have no clue. It says that the OSIRIS-REx launched in 2016. That's 8 years ago. It arrived at Bennu in 2018. It began orbiting the carbon-rich, remember that, rock on December 31st, 2018. A dramatic yet brief touchdown. It just went bang, just like that. On October 20th, 2020, saw Bennu pick up a sample from the surface before beginning the long journey back to Earth on May 2021. OSIRIS-REx sample return capsule brought a sample of Bennu back to Earth at 10:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Real quick, guys, if it's annoying that I pause it, I just want to say, I apologize, but I just want to say something real quick. Okay, so it said it began the orbiting the carbon-rich rock on December 31st, 2018. A dramatic yet brief touchdown on October, and saw Bennu pick up samples from the surface before the long journey on May 10th. So it was a dramatic yet brief touchdown from October 20th, 2020. 6 months later was a yet brief. Oh yeah, just went down and picked it up. That doesn't sound
right.
Went down and picked it up, but let's go up. We'll play a few more minutes of this.
On the 24th from 2023, but that will not be the end of the main spacecraft's mission. It will be retasked to swing by this other asteroid in 2029 with a new moniker, OSIRIS-REx Apex. Well, this is how you milk an asteroid. Okay, here's their explanation, OSIRIS-REx sample mission return. Here goes.
That's fine. We're not gonna watch this. We're not gonna watch that. But again, this guy is so excited about this. He even asks, questions that we ask, but of course he believes that it's true, so he doesn't really think about it past that. And so, yeah, it's all within the science community. It's all within the, it's everywhere, and it's put into people's minds. It is put into their imagination the best by specifically entertainment. And so we're gonna watch this Watch Mojo thing. This is I'm probably gonna end up having to delete this from the video, more than likely, but hopefully not. But I'm gonna play this and then we'll
Vader?
wrap it up. Yeah, what's up?
Did you say he believed it? The guy who was, because he almost acted as though he didn't. He was kind of chuckled and all that, but he believes it.
Yeah, he 100% believes it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he thinks all that stuff's really happening. So, yeah. So with that, you know, most of us have seen most of these movies, and you know, we've seen these images. They have predicted to us exactly what this is going to look like, exactly what we should expect to see, and that it's coming. And I do want to dive into it just a little bit before we end the show. Is, guys, I want y'all to read your Bibles, mark it, Revelation 9. Go read it. And, you know, it says, I saw a star fall from the heavens to the earth. You know, I wonder, we have all these representations in Scripture, not representations. We have all of these pieces of evidence within Scripture that is talking about something like that. And then we have, you know, the world that's telling us lies and then showing us these images. You know, there's a reason behind all this concerted effort to put this idea in our head, whether through a scientific means, through the ego, or whether through entertainment. So with that, we'll let this play for a little bit, and then we'll say our goodbyes and we'll get out of here. But let's check this out.
16th, roughly a year from now, there's a chance that we might have impact.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 asteroid impact scenes in movies.
Half the world's population will be incinerated by the heat blast, and the rest will freeze to death in nuclear winter.
For this list, we're looking at the most hectic moments on film between two colliding celestial bodies. Since these impacts often take place at key moments in the plot, there will be spoilers ahead. Did we detect your favorite apocalyptic moments? Drop your planet-killing guilty pleasures in the comments. Number 10, That's the Way the Cookie Crumbles, Bruce Almighty. There aren't too many comedies that make use of meteorites slamming into Earth. But when you give a reporter the powers of God, he's going to use them to get an exciting exclusive.
So just real quick, God is able to bring down asteroids. Yeah, just think about that. I don't know if this is gonna play. Okay, well, this is so upsetting that, you know, I get all this together.
Is finished off with style.
Okay, here we go.
Bruce and the fairgoers have a tasty bowl of chili while standing in the impact crater. Mighty unlikely, but Number 9, trippy horror from outer space.
Okay, this is not enjoyable to watch like this, guys. I super apologize. Y'all see the difference. I play videos. It's some videos that they play, some videos they don't. You know, it makes no logical sense. I'm going to just kind of go through this so y'all can see the preview. We got, you know, the Ice Age, right? That's, of course, one. The dinosaurs dying. Looks like an old video. Can't really see what it is. Not really sure. We all know, oh, here we go, of Armageddon, right? They fly there and put they put, you know, nukes in and blow them up and save the Earth. Not sure what that's from. Got another big explosion, right? They always give us those images that look very much like a nuke, and you know, walls of dirt and fire and tidal waves coming into New York. You know, all this imagery, right? We've seen it over and over and over again in all these different movies. I'm going to drop this one and I'm going to show a different one because it's on BitChute, and so it should probably work better. But this is a recent movie called Don't Look Up. And, you know, that has Netflix and its connection, go look that up with the CEO and where he his family. Lots of gravy there, but in this is about these two scientists that here, I'll just play this 2-minute clip and then we'll talk about it.
This is not real. This is not real. This is not real.
Based on real events that haven't happened.
Tell me this isn't really happening.
Yet.
I hear there's something you don't like the looks of. We discovered a very large comet. Oh, good for you. It's headed directly towards Earth.
This comet is what we call a planet killer.
At this exact moment, I say we sit tight and assess. Sit tight and assess? Sit tight. And then assess. The sit tight part comes first, then you gotta digest it. That's the assessment period. This is the worst news in the history of humanity. He just blew us off. What are we gonna do? We have to release the information. So we just leak it.
Our guests today have made a pretty big discovery in space.
How big is this thing, Nolan? Can it destroy my ex-wife's house? Is that possible?
There's a 100% chance that we're all going to die. Hey. Well, the handsome astronomer can come back anytime, but the yelling lady, not so much.
So I'm not going to play the whole trailer and give us enough time to say our goodbyes and all that jazz. But I'm going to have a little spoiler alert here for this movie because I want to talk about what it ends up into. And we kind of saw that with the more scientific stuff that we were just watching. Now, the premise of this movie is there's this entrepreneur who owns all these companies, computer phones, health, all this stuff. And they decide instead of going with their plan to change the trajectory of it, that it happens to have a lot of valuable resources in it. So all the governments of the world give this guy permission to make these machines that will grab the asteroids and slow them down so that they can be mined for their resources, bringing lots and lots of jobs to a inflated economically challenged world. And a presidential election comes up, and it's so focused, and their slogan is "Don't look up, don't look at it coming. It's coming. Don't look up." And ending spoiler alert again. Some of the people get on this vessel that finds a habitable planet that they go down to and try to inhabit. So it's like all these ideas are put in front of us for a reason. And specifically with Asteroid, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close all this out, and we can bring up our cameras. Stop streaming, camera on. So as you see, we have example of not only it from the scientific realm, but through entertainment too. And Robert brought up Asteroids. You got Asteroids. You got tons of video games that have to do with it. We got Star Wars, not only the movie, right, where they land on asteroids, but we also have Star Wars the program, which was going to be these lasers that would stop, these intercontinental ballistic missiles, whatever, and asteroids, and now we have programs with Osiris that will protect us. We'll get these samples, from Bennu and from all these Greek gods. We'll get all, and so people that may be out there that may still hold the line that asteroids are a thing, I would really say look into it right now. Am I saying that there isn't things and objects and events that happen in the sky that I can't explain, that are mysteries to us or mysteries to everyone? Absolutely there is. And could it be electronic discharge? Could it be, parts of the firmament that have done their purpose or been used up and they fall down? and that's our meteorite showers. There's tons of theories out there, but we're not obligated to provide an exact replacement for what they are and what these things happen. And furthermore, asteroids have never been witnessed. They have never hit down. They have never caused any type of damage anywhere. And if someone shows me that there's video or examples of it, to be honest, I'd be skeptical of it. So I think this topic is important, though, because I don't think that they just have put all these ideas out so consistently over the years for no purpose. There's a reason why they've invested all this money and had this concerted effort to have this idea in people's minds. And so that's why we talked about it tonight, and I think it's important. So what are y'all's kind of final thoughts before we say our goodbyes?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like I said, I'm dumber but I really, it's actually aggravating that they put so much into this, but they have an agenda. I'm just not sure what it all is, but even the eclipse being a ball and going with Sean's theory of it being, the dragon's lair.
Yeah.
They're planning on something,
Yeah.
something. And that, and when that comes down, it's going to be this fireball.
It reminds me of what Werner von Braun told his late wife about, the different things that they were going to have to deceive mankind about. Right. And I believe the one before aliens was asteroids. And that's that they needed to build space-based weapons against the asteroids, and the aliens were the next thing that they would need to use them for. So maybe this is just that card where they need to make it a threat enough to the masses where they're like, yeah, we could get destroyed by an asteroid at any point in time. We need to build weapons. And then once we have them, they're like, well, we can use these against the aliens that are coming now. It just seems like everything's kind of like scripted like a movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And because of that concerted effort, it's an important topic. And I think being deceived, having in your mind that these things aren't possible frees you from a lot of fear and stress. And I think that's so important to deny that, those truths.
Right.
What are your thoughts, Robert?
I say just take my money, NASA. I mean, they need more money. They need more money. They got to protect us. I mean, they know where these things are. They got to pinpoint it to exact measurements, and they think that it will show up pretty soon or not.
Yeah,
so
or not.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen in 2029, remember, there's always next year.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
No one seems to remember the year before when they say that. They're like,
yeah,
we're going to go to the moon. Oh, we're going to go to the moon in 4 years, and then 4 years go by, and we're going to go to the moon then. Yeah, it's...
Yes.
So silly.
Flying car.
Sweet. What are your thoughts, Frankie B?
Yeah, it's just fear propaganda. It's ridiculous.
Right. That's about what it boils down to.
We believed in the globe theory, and we played the game Asteroids that whatchamacallit has in the background, Robert, which was one of my favorite games because it had it had the Enterprise in it. Remember that, Robert?
What'd you say, Enterprise?
Remember Asteroids had the Enterprise in it? The little ship that looked like the Enterprise?
Yes, you had it up on your screen. I saw it.
No, what I had was a UFO and the Trident, the triangle dude, okay? But there was something that had an Enterprise in it.
You could pick your starships, and I used to always pick the one that looked like the Enterprise. But, it's been pre-programmed.
That must be like Atari 800 or Atari 400.
Crazy. Asteroids are real. We're going to die. Everything they've ever told us is a lie. Vader, you're muted.
Oh yeah, it's just like nukes, right? Anytime someone could hit a button or a rock could come into
That's
our
right.
atmosphere, and
That's right.
boom, we're all dead, right? So it has that nihilistic, the nihilism baked into the very idea, and then they put the entertainment in front of you where you have those characters and those heroes and those, you know, ways that they can emotionally manipulate you, and then you're in that fear, right? Unknowingly having that nihilistic fear. It's quite sad. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, I had fun. This was a great show. I think the audience liked it too. We had 29 people at one point. So thank you for all those that came and joined us tonight. I hope y'all liked. Y'all had some fun, and we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes, and we'll call it an evening. And of course, if you'd like, in 15 minutes after the stream ends, we will have a after show on the Discord, link in the description. But let's jump over to you, Marcia.
Goodbye, everyone, and I hope you got, enlightened from this, if not dumbed down. But anyway, good to see everyone. Bye.
Awesome. Bye. Sweet. We'll jump over to you, Robert.
All right. So shalom, everybody. Have a good night. Probably stick around a little bit, try and get on the after show. See you tomorrow there, Peter.
Yeah. And the after show's fun, man. Like, again, shout out to Just Incredible, man. It was great talking to you, and I'm glad, even though you were kind of in a rough spot, bro, I'm really glad that you were able to talk with us and eventually, get in chat with us, and so we could uplift you and pray for you, brother. And so that was really enjoyable. So awesome things happened in the after shows. So I'll post the link after we start the outro. But we'll jump over to Kyle if you'd like to say your goodbyes, brother.
Yeah, shalom, everyone. It was a great episode. Thanks for having me on. And I hope you are now even more swayed that asteroids are just complete baloney. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Yes, baloney indeed. And then
and the moon is cheese.
The moon is cheese, and the man in the moon.
Asteroids are bloated.
Awesome. And Frankie B, brother, if you'd like to say your goodbyes.
Yeah, question everything, because we're in the season of lies.
We've been to there.
It's a lie. Even Marsha's hair. It's a lie. Fake. It's phony. It's not real.
It's not real.
Wake up, people.
It's
Wake
not.
up.
It's a lie.
I can't believe it's not real hair.
Look at it. It don't look real.
But it does.
Yes, it does. It looks gorgeous. All right, so just dig deep, and everybody have a great week, and we'll see you. Are we on next week, man?
Yep, next week. Check the schedule. We're going to be talking about dinosaurs. It's almost
dinosaurs.
Like those and asteroids are in the same mythos.
Yeah. Another real topic. Are we getting into any real topics?
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to break down the doctrines to actually be able to replace it with at least critical thinking, right? So, awesome. All right, brother.
Shabbat shalom.
Yep, Shabbat shalom indeed. And thank you all for being here. Tomorrow we got Testament to 12 Patriarchs, Testament of Gad. So check that out, Peace Seekers, at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to all the new recent subscribers, all those that are throwing comments in the comment section. It really does, and the likes, all of that really does help the channel grow. And that's all we want. We want a big pile of pieces in the middle so we can all talk about them and really work on that big picture, the puzzle piece of life that we're in. So we appreciate y'all being here. And until next time, remember that ABBA loved you first. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
search of magic.